Now, for more analysis and a closer look at China's role in diffusing tension on the Korean Peninsula, joining me now is Kathy Zellweger, who is a fellow of the Korean Studies program at Stanford University. Kathy, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Since the DPRK envoy has been in Beijing for the past few days, this is the highest-ranking Chinese official he has met. What is the significance of this meeting with the president?
Well, I mean, after all, Che is Kim Jong-un's special envoy. So, I mean, it would have been very significant if he hadn't been met by President Xi Jinping. And usually such deals are pre-arranged. So the Chinese probably knew he was carrying a letter from Kim Jong-un, and therefore he met with the president.
Well, since this meeting has taken place, do you think this is a signal of the easing of tensions between China and the DPRK?
Well, I would say we are more or less back to normal. I mean, when you look at the recent decade, we had ups and downs all along, and I would rather see it as where we were before, back to a normal relationship again.
Well, why is the DPRK appealing to China at this time? Why now?
Well, I think they now feel confident to develop the economy after they have tested the nuclear weapons. Well, and the nuclear weapons are now very much part of their military strategy. So denuclearization will become much more difficult.
But in recent weeks, it seems like the DPRK hasn't been listening to China's warnings. It even sort of retaliated by holding a Chinese fishing vessel. Do you think that had anything to do with the DPRK going to sending a special envoy to China?
Again, I mean, fishing vessels have been captured before. It's always a question how much media attention such an event does get.
Kathy, do you think China will finally be able to bring the DPRK and the U.S. to the table for negotiations, or will the DPRK's nuclear ambitions stand in the way of any progress there?
I think it's going to be very difficult because it's the Americans who don't want to go back to the talks either, and that is since June 2009. And my feeling is that the North Koreans don't have very much high hopes anymore on the six-party talks. What they would like to see is high-level negotiations with the US, and the US is not willing to do that. So it's going to be very difficult, but it would be great if China could negotiate such a deal.
Well, you know, the timing could be there because President Xi Jinping will be meeting with U.S. President Barack Obama in just a few days in California. Do you think that this will be up for discussion at all?
I would hope so, because it is an important topic for the US, for China, for South Korea, for North Korea, well, even Japan. So there are so many parties involved, and if those two top leaders could discuss this, it would certainly be helpful.
All right, Kathy Zellweger, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate your perspective.
Thank you very much.